All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session on mastering emotional intelligence for impactful leadership. I am Ashan. You will come to know me as we go forward. So this evening, our meeting is going to be about, to understand. This is info session about this course title. I have titled it "Lead with Heart: Mastering Emotional Intelligence for Impactful Leadership." So we are going to see during our meeting today what is this course about, why emotional intelligence is such a game changer for all of us, and what are we going to do, what are you as learners or mentees going to get at the end of these 8 weeks of our meetings, and then see possibly few areas where we will be touching on during our 8 week uh, sessions. And then hopefully if you have any questions to ask, queries to make, I'm here to answer. So as we dive in, I don't mind you interrupting me and asking me any questions that may arise as you go on. Like sometimes you may forget if you wait till the end. So to begin with, I would like to start with an incident that I heard, and I also saw this in a certain school. There was this one teacher who was teaching for some time, quite some time, about 2 decades or so, about 20-25 years. All of a sudden, she was teaching in the grades, in the upper grades. And then all of a sudden, there was this new administrator who walked in, a leader who walked in and said, we are going to do an evaluation about you, and then based on the evaluation we are going to have to decide whether you will be continuing your job as a teacher in the upper section, or we will have to take a decision, which is totally fine. You have to do the evaluations, that's totally fine. But then after the evaluations, the outcome was not so favorable in the eyes of the administrator to the teacher. What happened? This teacher was asked by the administrator to teach in a lower grade. But the point here is the way it was done. This administrator said to this senior, veteran teacher, your teaching style is useless. Your teaching style doesn't match the standards of the kids. And your degree, by the way, this teacher is a master's degree holder in the particular subject. Your master's is rubbish. Now, if you look at this incident uh, from the angle of the teacher, what you will get is like, I've been teaching for some time, I have produced results, I have taught thousands of kids, and it has been successful. My methods have been successful. But all of a sudden, this new administrator walks in and says, no, your methods aren't working. So this teacher was heartbroken. She almost wanted to give up the job. Uh, and then somehow the others in the management tried to convince her, and all these things happen. But point here is not the action that mattered. Now, to do the action, it's very easy to take a decision with your mental capacity, with your IQ. But the way it was conveyed made a huge difference. IQ, I think I also mentioned this in some of the promotional videos. IQ will get you the job, but it is emotional intelligence that will determine how far you go in your profession, maybe in life, maybe. That is why it is such a game changer. So our endeavor, our target at the end of these 8 weeks, and then the 90-day plan that we are going to build together after the course, to enhance our emotional intelligence. So it is not going to only, uh, I am going to treat others better, but it starts from within. So I will start treating myself better. I will understand myself better. And then through that, I will be able to understand the others. Emotionally, I am going to be intelligent. The second part is that how are we going to uh, combine emotional intelligence with the leadership skills or the leadership roles that are entrusted to us? Now, mind you, leaders are not only the ones with title, as Robin Sharma says, no? You can also lead without a title. You can also lead without a title. So wherever we may be, we are leading. So this course, that's why I also said in the promotional video, this is going to be a game changer. This is going to be where you change your. Sometimes some people, some clients ask me, I've been doing this for long, but I have not succeeded. Maybe the way that you do is the problem. So we are going to answer those questions. How are we going to approach certain emotionally not so conducive um, experiences? So for that, we need to be intelligent. That is what we are gonna do. So in today's session, we will try to. It's a vast area. This emotional intelligence. We are going to cover 5 areas during the session today. I will not keep you long. We will introduce to emotional intelligence, and then we will also I will take you through. I will take a tour with you through the course and give you an overview and what are the objectives that we are going to achieve at the end of this course. So this is not so much based on theory. It's going to be practical activities, because theoretically it's very easy to, as I said, if you remember the story that I narrated, theoretically it is the correct thing to do. Certain things, it is necessary to do. I have to do this. But if you take the practical scenario, it's way different from the theoretical aspect. So we will be balancing ourselves with theory, but more towards the practical side of it. And then I will give you weekly breakdown of activities, so you know what is going to happen each week when we meet, and then why you should join. What are the benefits that you join, that you gain at the end of the end of these 8 weeks that we are going to be together, and then benefit for leaders, and then question and answers if you have any queries to make, and then I will guide you through the next steps of registering and getting in touch with the team, and the team will guide you how to do the registration process and all that. So that is our evening. That is how our evening is going to be. And my goal is today to leave you inspired, and then you will be ready to lead with the heart. Mind you, before we start to dive into the other slides, it is very easy to lead with the brain, the knowledge, but it is slightly difficult to lead with heart. So that is where we are going to deal. That is what we are going to learn. That's what we are going to exercise together during the coming 8 weeks. And then after that, the 90 days that we are going to build this plan together, the 90-day emotional intelligence blueprint. So that we will do together once we are equipped with the knowledge that is to be achieved. You are free to feel free to stop me at any time and raise your hand if you have questions and queries. So we don't leave anybody hanging. All right. So what
Yes,
is emotional
can I?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Rohan here.
Hi, Rohan. Yes.
Yes, I just want to. It is about the self knowledge and how we improve into that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you're pointing out about knowledge or intelligence. So EI is very. It is the emotional resilience that we all go through.
Yeah.
So, just want to find out how would you pace the wisdom. Um, uh, Now, it is a struggle of the common sense. We say common sense also, no, in the normal thing,
Yeah.
normal day of life. Just want to see what how uh, the wisdom that that go through. So you can take any space. Don't worry about. Just wanted to.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
nice. That was.
yeah.
Thank you. I'll come back to that, Rohan. I think I will answer you along the way. Wait. So EI, uh, in the very basic sense of the word, is the ability to understand and manage your emotions. See, it is, again, I'm telling you, we are not going to change out there first. Most of the time, we think this understand, change should happen on the outside, on the outer world, but it should start within. Should start from oneself. If I am unable to change myself, if I am unable to understand my emotions, it is going to be rubbish talking to somebody else about understanding their emotions. So, this journey that we are going to take from here is about first understand and then manage. තේරුම් ගැනීම සහ කළමනාකරණය. Your emotions, my personal emotions, and then understand the emotions of the others. And then, if we can see, if we can manage those so they don't affect me, they don't affect me. I am not affected by the emotions of the others. So, this is the journey that we are going to go through. So, first we understand our emotions, manage my emotions, and then we are social animals. We deal with the society wherever we go, school, workplace, university. Even if you get into a bus, we got to have emotional intelligence. So what we are going to see now, all of us have this ability to certain strength. We have in varying levels, from the knowledge that we have gone through, as Rohan rightly mentioned, from the wisdom. So, wisdom, from what I understand, is knowledge coupled with experience become wisdom. Uh, so, we all have a certain level of understanding our emotions. Now, what we are going to do is, how am I able to manage those? How am I able to, channel these emotions so that I benefit first? Second, if you benefit, automatically the ones connected to you start benefiting. So this is our journey that we are going to see. The five pillars of emotional intelligence, as it is mentioned, is self-awareness. Uh, for example, recognize when if you are able to understand and recognize stress before it creeps to your mind and drains your energy, and then you become stressful all of a sudden during the day. Self-awareness is one of the key elements of emotional intelligence, because without becoming aware of oneself, we also call insight, be aware of yourself, of oneself. Now, when we recognize the emotions, number one, and triggers, sometimes some people get very angry. When you ask them, why are you angry? They're like, I don't know, I'm angry. So I know I am angry, but I don't know why I am angry. When we become self-aware of ourselves, I know the emotion is anger. What triggered the emotion? Maybe my frustration, maybe my hunger, maybe my thirst, maybe some experiences that I have been through that has nothing to do with the present situation. So when I understand, when I'm aware of myself, it is difficult for somebody to trigger you, someone to trigger you. So that's the first pillar of emotional intelligence, becoming aware of oneself. And then comes self regulation, staying calm and composed, even when things get tough. Imagine you are in a meeting, team meeting or a sales meeting, and it is heated like hell. The ability to remain calm, even when you are triggered, even when you are pushed to the edge, even when it is difficult for you to remain calm. That comes. So see, each of these are connected. When you are aware of the emotions, and you know these harmful emotions are going to affect you, and you know the triggers, and you have identified the triggers, then we come to the regulating part. So I know when I am hungry, I get angry. It happens to me. I think Judy is here. My wife also is here. She knows when I am hungry, I become very angry, and I become cranky. So I know that my hunger trigger makes me angry, my emotion. Now, when I'm aware of that, now see, I'm not a saint or I'm not a sage. We are all struggling in this now. So we will go through this together. To some extent now, I am able to regulate my emotions because, slowly we become aware of ourselves. So when we are aware of ourselves, we regulate those. And when you regulate, what happens? You are able to align your goals with purpose. Now, this motivation, the third pillar, finding that inner drive, the drive within you to align the goals with your purpose. It's what keeps us going. It's what I used to say this. It's what makes you get up in the morning. The reason for you to wake up every day, every morning, and get going. So when you are aware of yourself, when you're able to regulate yourself, then you are able to align your goals with purpose. See, first three was about me, about myself, about oneself. Before we go there, before we go to the others, before I preach, I should have, to some extent, I, it is understood that we are not saints. We are not perfect human beings. We make mistakes. But before we go out there to the team, maybe sometimes we say, my team is a problem. My team doesn't do this. My subordinates don't do this. But maybe it's time that we sit back and think it's a problem with me. So if I'm able to become aware of myself, then regulate myself, and then motivate myself, then we build the empathy. Empathy is, in simple words, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. How somebody understands. This is where now this is the first step of going out. This is huge step for building trust with your team, with your subordinates. Now, team doesn't mean only the working place. Maybe with your family. If you are the leader of the family, if you are leading the family, if the family doesn't trust you, there's a problem. If they don't follow you, there's a problem. We can easily blame saying, they don't listen to me. My wife doesn't listen to me. My husband doesn't listen to me. My children don't listen to me. Maybe the problem is not with them. The problem is with me. So if you are able to understand the others' perspectives, for which I repeat, we need to be aware of ourselves. I know who I am. There is a saying in Sinhala, no? බල්ලෙක් අපිව හැපුවට බල්ලව අපි හපන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. If the dog bites us, we don't bite the dog back because I know who I am and the dog doesn't. Similarly, if I know myself, if I can regulate my feelings, if I am motivated, then it is easy for me to understand somebody else's perspectives. It builds the fifth pillar, social skills. Social skills is basically communicating effectively and inspiring others. So, see, the five pillars again, the first three, the major three remains with me. So, this journey that we are going to take for these 8 weeks is a self discovery for both me and you, the attendees. And at the end of it, we will leave the course with um, better awareness. And as a result, our regulation will be better. I'm able to regulate my feelings, emotions, impulses, and I'm able to stay calm. And then I will be motivated. So I like to think of EI, emotional intelligence, as the heart of relationship because it helps you connect, inspire, most importantly, leaving an impact. So we become aware of ourselves, regulate ourselves, motivate ourselves, have empathy towards the others. From empathy means, you understand somebody else's perspective, you think from their heart, and then we start building social trust, communication, building effective bridges. So again, I'm telling you, it is not so much about out there, it is in here. Maybe this team that we are talking about is not so much maybe the workplace, maybe your house, it may be your family, it may be your the circle, inner circle of friends. Always, if there is a problem, sometimes it is a problem with us. We, 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 we grumble most of the time. These people don't listen to me. They're like this, they're like this, they're like this. But maybe the problem is with me. So let's go through this journey together in understanding these five pillars and building, this emotional intelligence. So in an era of AI, in artificial intelligence, what sets us apart as humans is not so much the knowledge that we have. Knowledge is also it's information everywhere now. It's very easy, but it is this human factor that will set us apart. A human is not a robot not anymore because of the knowledge, but it is because of the emotional intelligence, emotions, and how intelligent you are using your emotions. This is a course overview, what the entire course is about. As I told you, the title is pretty clear. 8 weeks fully online. Format is we will have weekly 1 hour to 1.5 hours of live workshops like this, interactive sessions. And then weekly you will have, it says 1.5 hours, but it will be more, um, set across the week. Activities on LMS. Now, LMS is our WhatsApp group. We will have journal entries, we will have gratitude notes, we will have happiness notes. All that will happen simultaneously in the WhatsApp group. So weekly we will meet once a week live. There we will discuss theory and practical stuff, and then your homework happens on WhatsApp. Target audience, young professionals and mid to senior leaders, but it actually I wanted to put any human being. Our goal at the end of this is to equip leaders with emotional intelligence skills to foster, mind the words, inclusive, resilient teams. So resilient is you are not easily uh, shaken. So I repeat myself, in an era of AI, it's the emotional intelligence that will set us apart. So it's rather important that we understand ourselves and then is able to share this emotional intelligence with our subordinates. All right. So I will give you a few seconds to have a look at this. This is what we are going to achieve, or we hope to achieve at the end of these 8 weeks. The course is aimed for transformation, both personal and professional. So also social transformation that we are going to undergo after the achievement of this objective. So number one is develop self-awareness. As I told you, one of the key pillars of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Now, why we develop self-awareness is to identify emotions, and also leadership strengths. Can I make my emotions to be the greatest strength that I have? For example, I may be, you may be a pretty sensitive person. Can I use that sensitive nature to be a sensitive leader? Sensitive leader. Now, uh, if if I become too emotional, what happens? No, should I do I become naive? No? If I'm aware of myself first, my emotions first, then it is pretty easy for me to use that to make me the strongest in the room. To make me the strongest in the room. So, develop self awareness is one of the key objectives of this course. Number two, master self regulation. Why? For objective decision making. Mind the word, it is not subjective, it is objective decision making. When you make a decision, maybe at home, in the family, especially at the workplace, if that professional decision affecting you personally, then you are not making an objective decision. You are making a very subjective decision. Then, say you fire someone, you are a senior manager and you fire someone. That's a professional decision. Firing someone, if that firing someone affects your health, mental health, physical health, and that is radiated to your loved ones, to your family, then your decision was not professional in the first place and also not objective. We have not understood ourselves. I have not become aware of myself. I may be, I repeat myself, I may be a pretty um, sensitive character. So I become aware of my sensitive nature. And I regulate that sensitive nature not to be affected unnecessarily when I do my tasks. If I'm not aware of myself, what happens? If some fool somewhere does something, I am affected. My personal happiness is gone, and that is radiated to my family, and people at home are not happy. See, so becoming aware of oneself allows us to allows us to regulate our behavior. I didn't put the word restrict. It is regulation. Regulation is we know when to accelerate, we know when to take a step back. So, because I'm aware of what is happening, I'm aware of myself. Third, build resilience to adapt to setbacks and challenges. Resilience is the ability to withstand troubles. Again, I repeat what I said in the beginning. I become resilient, I become strong because I know about me, I am aware of myself. The storms will come and go. People will talk about people will talk bad about me. But I know about myself. Therefore, I remain strong. This is not, you know, over self confidence. No. But I am aware of myself. I know the truth. Therefore, minor setbacks don't shake me off. A negative comment doesn't bring my standards down because I am aware of myself. So we are going to build resilience. We are going to live to some extent. Again, this is we are going to practice these real world scenarios. Things might be not ideal as we speak in the course or maybe during our live sessions. Things may be little haywire here and there, but we will leave with a good impact on ourselves. Then cultivate empathy to connect with and understand team members. Again, empathy is when you are able to look and understand from the eyes of the others. You think like them. If you are the CEO of a company, if you are unable to understand what your janitor goes through, you are not going to leave an impact on that janitor. They will work for you. First, you pay their salary, and by authority you have more power over them. So they will work for you. But have you won them as a human being? Have you built a connection with them? No. So cultivate empathy. Empathy comes if you can't love yourself first, if you are not aware of yourself first, it is rather impractical to say that you understand the others. I don't want to bring politics, but look at the countries that have developed. The leaders understand themselves and then they feel about their subordinates. Look also about the countries where the leaders just think of themselves alone, not about the people. There is no empathy on the side of the other. So when we are aware of ourselves, I know even Jesus said, "No, do to the others what you do want them to do for you." But see, if you want, uh, you do to the others what you want them to do for you. If you want them to do bad to you because you are not understood yourself, you will also do bad to them because your self awareness is wrong. You have not understood about yourself. I have not understood about myself, and I don't know how to regulate my behavior. So I will also do the same to the others. So it is really important that we understand about ourselves. I become aware of my feelings about me as a person, and then that is radiated as empathy towards the others. Enhance social skills to motivate and inspire high performing teams. What are these social skills? Number one is open communication. Now, open communication doesn't happen. Thank you, Rohan. Love one another. Yes, thank you. Fantastic. Uh, Social skills. Open communication doesn't happen if there is doubt among the members. I don't know if you watch, there is this TV series called The Traitors UK. I just happened to watch that. They talk a lot about this open communication. There is this set of traitors trying to betray the others. So there is no trust among the group. Without the trust, the group doesn't perform well because they keep doubting each other. When you build a trust that is unbroken with whatever comes, then it is easy for you to build social skills. Like it is very easy for you to move together. Also, now see, in a family, if the father keeps secrets from the mother, the husband keeps secret from the wife, there is no unity in the family. So therefore, husband will want to do something, the wife will want to do something else. And then who suffers? Children. Similarly, in a company, if you're a team leader, if you don't communicate openly, if you don't communicate openly, what happens? Your subordinates, maybe your team members, are not going to get what you want to communicate. So it is going to be a huge problem. It is going to be a big problem. Therefore, building uh, high performing teams is just not about giving them a salary, taking them out once in a while, giving them a coffee, fancy office, fancy parties. Not only that, it is building trust within the team. A leader who is not aware of his values, who doesn't trust himself in the first place, cannot build trust in the others. So these five objectives, and then at the end of these 8 weeks, we will have again one-on-one meetings for this 90-day emotional intelligence leadership plan. So we will develop a plan for 3 months for us to carry forward what we have learned during these 8 weeks of our dealing. So this is what we are going to achieve during these 8 weeks. All right, course structure is pretty straightforward. As I told you again, 8 weeks, 2.5 to 3 hours a week, 1 hour, 1 hours of live workshops. And then we will have also, as I told you, assessments and all that. Key activities. We are going to do emotional intelligence self-assessments. We will do one in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Then we will also go for case studies, videos, especially we will start journaling. Then we are going for peer feedback, collaborative exercises. Evaluation, the certificate given to you is based on 40% participation, 30% for your assignments, and then we have a final emotional intelligence plans that is 30% of your full marks. With that, we will give the certificate. Weekly breakdown. What are we going to do each week? Now, each week, as I told you, we will meet once live, and then the exercises will continue. And if you want to, communicate personally, you have the WhatsApp group, uh, and I will be available on WhatsApp. We will build this together. First week, what we will do is we will give you an introduction to emotional intelligence in leadership. So we will do this self-assessment of emotional intelligence, and that will remain confidential between you and individual and me, and then we will from there develop a personal plan for each of you. Week two, we will start with developing self-awareness, journaling. I will tell you how to start journaling. It's not just writing on the journal. It's a habit that we are going to cultivate at the end of this course. Then week three, mastering self-regulations. We will be talking about mindfulness, meditation, and then how mindfulness is going to help our decision making. Week four will be about resilience plan, setback analysis. This is a slightly long session, especially this setback analysis. We will go ahead with case studies, and then we will also have our own personal practical scenarios where we have to make an analysis of a setback and then build a resilience plan. These are all guided, so don't worry. Week five, we will be talking about empathy. Again, this is going to be slightly long week with empathy mapping. This will connect with the previous one, setback analysis, and then how are we going to map the empathy. Week six comes to now, as if you can see, it is understood that the first 4 weeks or first 5 weeks are mostly about the self. Week six, seven, eight, we will talk about the others, how my emotional intelligence is going to affect the others. So we will talk about conflict resolution with emotional intelligence. We will talk about this, especially about psychological safety of when we talk about emotional intelligence, and then motivating the teams, special social skills. Lastly, week eight, we will work on our emotional intelligence leadership plan. That we are going to practice for 3 months, 90 days, and we will build that because it is not going to be, a group uh, plan. It is going to be individual. So we will work closely in building that, and then, also realizing the plan. That's about weekly breakdown. This will be available. This is also available on the site. You can have a look at that. So I have just given you a sample week of our course. This is week five, developing the empathy. So live workshop. I will be doing a presentation on empathy, and then we will have empathy mapping in breakout room. So uh, sometimes in the breakout rooms, you will have one or two together. Or sometimes I have had clients, they just do it alone. So depending on the requirement, we will have the breakout room. So that will be our weekly meeting. Then the activities will continue. Conduct one-on-one active listening practice. So active listening is something that we will master, or I would say sort of 90% or 85% master at the end of this course. Now, most of us listen to answer. Most of us, including me, most of the time, we listen to answer. That is not active listening. Active listening also is not the listening that we call bassa type listening for everything. Huh. Active listening, it the person who is talking to you feels connected to you. When you actively listen, you participate in that person's talk. You are not trying to give answers. You are not going to give, your expertise on that. You are not trying to show off that you are the pora here, mampora jatake. No, we are just there, present. So we are going to practice that. That from my personal experience, I'm not that old, but from the experience that I have, majority of the problems can be sorted if we are active listeners. Most of our problems can be solved. And then we will analyze an empathy scenario, or we will do a case study, and then you will share your experience freely on the WhatsApp group during the week. Assignments for that is you will write a reflection. Don't worry about the word limits. Don't worry also about the language. Whatever language you are familiar with, I can understand, read, and talk Sinhala and English. I also have my mother-in-law who is good at Tamil, so I can get the help of her. Uh, Also, if you want to speak Hindi, I also speak quite a bit of Hindi. I can't read, but don't worry about the language. Don't worry about this. I write 200 words. Don't worry about the word limit. It's how much you are able to express. We are going at a very easy pace. So it is not so much about how fast can I finish this. If I am unable to finish this during that week, don't worry. I will have extra days and we will go slowly. Maybe I will have talked to few of you personally to take you, if you are willing to book a time with me and have this conversation, and then we build up this. If you don't understand in the group, you are always free to ask me. So it is going to be a friendly journey. Don't worry about these, numbers and stuff. Sample empathy map. This is a sample. It can be more colorful than this. It can be more, creative than this. Up to you. But this is week 5. So we have finished. By the time we do this, we have finished 4 weeks of lessons. So we will make an empathy map uh, for each one of you. This don't worry, don't think this is pretty boring. I mean outlook, but you can make it the way you want. There are other students of mine, other clients of mine who have made fantastic empathy maps. So up to you, but we will do together the empathy map. If you look at that, this is a sample. I'll give some time to have a look at this. So this is a simple tool that have been developed to um, understand what someone is thinking, feeling, saying, and doing. Imagine using this better to connect with a team member who is struggling. So you have this team member who is struggling. So you use an empathy map to understand what that person says. What does he think? What does he do? And how does he feel? Also, if you want to understand yourself, apply this map personally to you. So We'll do it on ourselves first, and then we will try different scenarios where we can apply empathy map to understand somebody better. This is That's the whole purpose of our course. We will understand ourselves first, and then radiate that to uh, the subordinates. Learning materials and platforms, as I told you, WhatsApp group is available. Sorry for the typo error. Uh, LMS and tasks, Zoom for live workshops will be available. Materials, I will share with you handouts every day. The presentation will be shared with you. And then resilience plan, EI plan, all these templates will be shared with you. We will have readings to do. We will have a few theoretical readings to do that I will share with you once you are registered and once we start it formally. Uh, Technical requirements, stable internet connection, webcam, microphones, because I want to see you when we start the session. I will want to see you. I also have my best friend here joining, Janita. So it's nice. I have my wife and my friend joining. It's nice. Okay. So these are things that we are going to do. It is a pretty serious task. But again, I tell you, don't worry about so much the finishing the content, but it is how are we going to finish the content and how are we going to absorb that uh, to ourselves, and how am I going to be influential after this, how am I going to leave this benefits, why you should join. First first and foremost, as I've been telling you right from the beginning, it is going to be a game changer for you personally, because you will have improved self-awareness and emotional regulation. This is a key. At whatever age you are, I am, if I have not understood, if I have not become aware of myself, and I'm not able to regulate my emotions, my age doesn't give me the maturity that I'm looking for. There's a saying now, if maturity is determined by the number of years you have lived, the sea turtle will be the most wise because he lived for 100 years. No, it's the ability to be aware of yourself, understand your emotions, regulate them. And then you will be left with a stronger relationship, trust, importantly, psychological safety. Why psychological safety is important? In relationships, when you feel connected, when you feel, how to say, when you feel trusted, you tend to give your 100%, 200%, 300%. So to build a stronger relationships, lasting impact on your relationship, we need to build a psychologically safe space for the ones around us. So in here, when we do the class, when we have these sessions, I guarantee you the space is safe. What we do remain here. What we share remain with the ones who we share. Let's say you have a group discussion, that remains there, because from the beginning, I want to guarantee the participants also should feel psychologically safe. Number three, organizational success. So when you have a strong relationship with the people, it's understood that you have inclusive, high performing teams. See, the words are important. Inclusive. Team members have different calibers, different capacities. Now, see, when you have self awareness, you are going to help the others in your team to be aware of themselves. So they become aware of themselves, they practice self regulation, and then they build stronger relationships, they build trust, they feel psychologically safe, and that impacts on the organizational success. It builds dynamic workplaces. Again, mind you, it's not only about workplace. It's also about the family. It's also about your relationships. Then we will have a practical tool that is personalized 90-day, this emotional intelligence plan for sustained growth. And then if you want to extend that to the next 3 months, maybe make it 180 days, feel free to do so. Why should you enroll? If you're a young professional seeking to grow as an empathetic leader, you need to practice EI. Join them, join the group, join the club, join the crowd. No? It says, no, birds of the same feather fly together. They sit together, they fly together, they talk together. So if you want to be an empathetic leader, be with empathetic leaders. If you want to be emotionally intelligent, be with people who are striving to be emotionally intelligent. Mid to senior level leaders aiming to enhance team performance. Again, I don't have to repeat myself. You have a tool, an array of tools that will help you personally first and then your team. Again, anyone who is looking to build resilience to navigate workplace challenges, also life challenges. No prior emotional experience required. You don't need to be an expert in emotional intelligence. None of us are. None of us can be, because we are in this continuous journey of trying to understand ourselves. So we are sojourners, we are co-journers, we are walking together. So let's go through this journey of 8 weeks. This is about me. I hold a few things related to English language and literature. I also am a certified happiness coach. I don't need to brag about myself, but if you if you want to read about me, it is all there in the internet. If you also, it's also in the site. You can have a look at that. Fine, I have come to the end, so to say, the presentation before we move to the other parts. If you have any clarifications, please feel free to ask. In the meantime, I will share with you the registration link. You can register for the course. You don't have to pay, you don't have to make the payment upfront. You can do that later, and the team will contact you personally with regard to the rest of the formalities. In the due time, they will talk to you about that. But I have shared with you the link in the WhatsApp group. Plus, the register cost fee is 6,500, but we have an early bird discount up to 26th of August. That is the Tuesday. If you register before Tuesday, you can. I think the course fee comes down to 5,000 rupees. Start day is not 29th, it is 30th August. Sorry for the error. 30th August at 8 p.m. is the first lesson. So I repeat myself, if you register before 26th of August, you get an early bird discount. And then now you can go and register. You can enroll yourself for the course, but and also do the payment later on. Uh, you can register. Go to the link and register. Right. Any clarifications? Anything to ask? Please feel free. If you don't want to talk, you can use the chat box. And ask. After every session, I think the recordings will be shared with you, and you will also have access to the materials.
Yeah, um, I'm Rohan here.
Yes, Rohan, yes.
Yeah, with my pastoral thing, it is little difficult to follow constantly,
Yeah.
but I will try to adjust it and just to see how the um, thing will take place.
Fantastic. It's very nice to have you, Rohan, and you have been very active. Thank you so much for taking your
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's right. I didn't want to disturb because we you are explaining what the things are going on.
So looking forward to
Anyway,
seeing you also in the future classes, Rohan.
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, but it is little uh, practically the pastoral thing is also there. So which that uh, yeah, we will try to see it. So
Okay, okay.
everyone is learning through life
Yes, yes,
to get self knowledge and
yes,
to understand the others, and it is a challenge, and it is
yes,
the thing that everybody goes through.
yes. It's a lifelong thing.
Yeah, that's right. So if we have that attitude, and um, so EI, emotional intelligence, is it is developing, and I just want, because now uh, everybody not about to know and don't know me about AI,
Ah, yes.
artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Yes,
Yeah, that's right. So everybody is now exposing, and they are really don't know
yes,
it. It yeah, that's right. It is. It's a creativity of a modern world. So
yeah,
we had to go through, and but if if it is against humanity,
yes,
uh, we have to see it also. So I we don't know about the efficiency of that.
yes.
Anyway, so uh,
We will go through this. Thank you, Rohan, so much for your input. Thank you so
yeah,
much. Thank you. All right. Anybody else would like to make a comment, or else we can call it a day. So I remind you about the procedures. I've been asked to remind you about the procedures. You can go to the link that I have sent to the group, enroll yourself, make the payment before the 26th of August, and avail the early bird discount. If you pay before 28th, anyway, our sales team will call you personally and get your feedback and all that. And the recording of this will be available. Those who missed the live meeting will be able to go through this, and the ones who are not here live, we hope to see you also in the class next Saturday. So since you guys have no questions, you have been such a good um, group of listeners. uh, Thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedules. I know all of us are busy, all of you are busy, and you most of you are working, and some of you are studying, whatever it is. Even if you're not working, you are at home. It's busy. It's busy. So thank you so much for coming out and joining. I hope to see you all, those who are here and those who are joining. I have few messages pending, asking people, asking to send the recording. So we hope to see you. We'll have this journey together. We'll go through this journey together, and as Rohan rightly said, we will learn from each other and then build a better future in a world of emotional intelligence. Let's be so in a world of artificial intelligence, I beg your pardon. Let's be emotionally intelligent and be better human beings. So hope to see you next week. Follow Our team will follow up with the rest of the proceedings. We'll see you next week, and till that, stay safe, stay blessed, stay intelligent, stay emotionally intelligent. God bless you all.